How's it going? Well, we're down here in Wellington at Macra, as you can see behind me, and what a turnaround in the conditions compared to yesterday. I mean, we had some shocking weather, like typical Wellington weather. So yeah, down in Wellington here, and the mission for me today is to get in for a dive. I'm at Macra and the sea's nice and flat, so I'm just taking a short walk along the coast. Janet and I are here, and yeah, just taking a bit of a short walk. Yesterday it was blowing, you know, gale force winds, and the evening when we arrived on Monday. So yeah, yesterday was supposed to be the day we were going to come here, but with the weather shifting its plans and everything, we ended up doing a bit of touristy stuff, like went to the Topwater Museum and Weta Workshop. Now that was pretty cool, you know. So yeah, you know, not happy that the weather wasn't good for us, but on saying that, I've come around here and I was a bit worried about the viz, you know, because there's some massive waves crashing on the south coast of Wellington yesterday, up to 3 meters, but everything's died off. And even when we came down on Monday, the west coast, you know, down from Kapiti and that was pretty dirty. But looking at it, I'm pleased to say it looks pretty clean. So the objective for me today is to get some paua, and then we're heading off north up to the Wairarapa. So yeah, I don't hold my chances of getting in up there too high. I know there's about a 1.8 meter swell over there at the moment. So anyway, here we are, and hopefully we can make something of this this trip, and we'll see how we get on later. But can't wait to get in the water. Looking at it, it looks pretty clean from the coast here, so hopefully we'll have some good conditions and a bit of viz and some paua. That'd be nice. That's all I really care about, is getting a feed of paua while I'm here. So just doing a short walk around the coast to a spot where, oh, there's pretty much paua all along here, but you know, I bet you it gets a lot of pressure, so it'll be interesting to see how hard it is for me to find them. But anyway, let's see what happens. So this looks like a pretty good spot. Check it out. Look at that down there. There's a lot of rocks and things along here. So this is prime snapper, snapper. Can't get that snapper thing out of my head. This is prime paua country along here, south coast. You can see the South Island in the background over there. Beautiful place. This is my old stomping ground, Wellington. Born and bred here, grew up here, and didn't sort of leave here till I was at least in my early 20s and headed north. But one thing I miss about Wellington is the paua and the blue cod. But anyway, this looks like a good area to get in and have a look around. Plenty of rocks and, you know, kelp and stuff, so I'd say that there'll be some paua around here. So let's see how we get on. I'm gonna get suited up and get in here, and here comes Janet. Paua shell already. Choice. That's what I'm after. Here's hoping, eh? And here's hoping that they're not a bit thin on the ground, and there's a bit of there's some of a decent size out here, because yeah, I'm really hanging out for a feed of them. So get suited up in a minute and get out there. got my limit of 10 power. Pretty hard going though. You can tell this place has had a bit of pressure because most of the power were just undersized, but I did manage to find legal ones. Just had to go out a bit deeper where some divers can't, free divers can't sort of get to. And yeah, plenty out there though. But yeah, so I've got my 10 power. Woohoo, I'm happy. Yummo, black gold. Can't wait to eat those. So yeah, well worth the effort just to walk around the coast for a bit of a look around. Visibility's not too bad considering the storm. It is a bit dirty as you get out a bit further, it gets a bit hazy. Not a lot of fish life around, but even still, I saw some car Hawaii, a couple of blue moki little ones, but nothing of size or anything that I'd want to spearfish. But I'm happy. I got my power. That's all I really wanted when I came here, and I'm pretty stoked to get those. So yeah. Oh well, that was awesome. Stoked as to get some power or abalone. And yeah, we're heading back now, back to the truck, and we're off to Wairarapa. So I'll take you for a bit of a tiki tour around the Wairarapa over the next couple of days, and we'll see how the sea conditions are over there. If they're good, I'll get back in the water again for another dive. So, and yeah, but we won't know till we get there. But so far this has been quite nice, and what a beautiful spot. I miss the power diving in Wellington, but you still can't beat up north for spearfishing, that's for sure.
Another day, another dollar. You're on your back, of course. Another guy to entertain too.
Well, good morning. Here we are in the beautiful Wairarapa. Wow, bit cold on it. Whew, I sort of underdressed. I'm not used to this South North Island climate, you know. Beautiful spot though, check it out. We're in Wairarapa at Lake Ferry, and Lake Ferry is just over there behind me. It's a pretty dirty looking lake, but it feeds out to the ocean, which we've got behind us, and hence all the brown water right on the coast here. It's looking pretty good today. Hoping that we're going to do a bit of a tiki tour around, play sort of tourist, and we're going to head over to Cape Palliser, which is just over there in the distance. So I'm sort of at the entrance to the Lake Ferry now. You can see it just here. The tide's going out, and you definitely wouldn't want to be going out across this. Check that out, huge amount of water movement, and yeah, you can see there's quite a bit of tidal flow there against the swell, so pretty gnarly little spot actually. A lot of water movement. Janet's just noticed this bull kelp here on the shore. Pretty big kelp. This is common down in the South Island of New Zealand. Look at the size of that. So the Maoris used to use that for storing food and things. They'd open it up and put mutton birds inside it. Probably still do. But yeah, pretty amazing looking kelp when you look at that. Hard case. Quite leathery, eh? You know? So yeah, this is a big bit that's obviously come out, been washed up in the swell. Mean. Something different that we don't see in the north very much. Not at all actually. So yeah, areas like this are not immune to rubbish. Check out, Janet just cannot help herself. She has to be picking up rubbish, and rightly so. But you know, this area is pretty remote. Look at this, plastic bin. What else have we got there, babe? Bit of a rubber from something. So yeah, shame. If you're dropping rubbish, resist the urge to do it and take it home and get rid of it properly. So we're doing the tourist thing today a bit, not just getting out on the water, but we're down at Kayak Accessories, and we're going up to the pinnacles. You know, so we're walking up a riverbed, you can see it, but look at this so far. I mean, the erosion on these hills here is quite incredible. There's a lot of detail in that volcanic rock up there. It's quite amazing. So yeah, you know, these kind of things are hidden all over New Zealand, little gems everywhere. And so we're walking up this riverbed and to get to the pinnacles. So yeah, can't wait to show you that. So we've arrived up at the pinnacles. Wow, this is amazing, this place. And we walked up this riverbed behind us and to arrive at this. This was on one of the Lord of the Rings films. I think it was Return of the King, where Aragorn and that went went their separate ways and went into where the dead are. And yeah, but look at the view. It's just stunning behind me. Lots of pinnacles. Can't wait to get up here a bit further. It's a bit of a climb up, but certainly well worth the effort. Check that out. That looks like something out of another world. Not New Zealand, but it is. Pretty cool to get up close and personal amongst this lot. I'm glad we came this way. There is another track that walks up to a platform that looks down on these, but to actually get in amongst the rock formations here like this is pretty spectacular and pretty special. So yeah, if you come here, I highly recommend walking up the riverbed to check out the pinnacles firsthand rather than just going up on the platform and looking down on them. This really is quite spectacular getting in amongst here. And for a Lord of the Rings fan, I can really visualize and recall that scene in the Return of the King where Aragorn and Dwarf and Legolas the elf go in to find the dead. The way is shut. Well, we've arrived down at Kayak Accessories now. There's a bit of wind there, but she's pretty surgy, the old sea down there. As you can see behind me, there's some pretty big swell coming in. Not ideal for getting in for diving. And the other thing too is there's all these seals everywhere. Look at them all. Heaps of them around. So yeah, it makes sort of trying to get in the water a little bit trickier. But I'll keep looking around, and you know, we're just down at Kayak Accessories, and yeah, there's some pretty good waves coming in. Pretty calm at the moment, but when those big sets come in, she's not the nicest, you know. But anyway, we're checking out the sights, and there's a lot of seals here. Check out this little seal pup. Oh, he's worried. He got all worried and took off from me. And there's a big female up there in the rocks, so you've got to be careful where you walk around here. There's seals lying all in amongst the rocks, and there's one up there, and yeah, you just got to be careful. Check out that swell coming in. That's a gnarly wave. They're just big pumping swell. Be real surgy out in the water today. Not really what I'd want to do. So yeah, bit of a bummer really. I was kind of hoping to get down here and have a dive, but yeah, looks pretty dirty. And also that swell, I mean, if there was less swell I might think about it, but yeah, just gonna get smashed around in there. So oh, we just climbed up here 250 steps apparently. I'll show you the view when we get to the top.